Hello, queens and kings. It's Dana Stewart Codes, Killer Queen Antique Jewelry. Strange for me to come to you on a Thursday, isn't it? There's just so much to look at this weekend. I thought we'd better show you some of it now. Because tomorrow, I'm going to hold jewel school. And what we're going to talk about is antique glass. And these are just a few of the examples of what we're going to talk about. Now, even with the lights on, you'll be able to see the Bohemian uranium glass. That's with, of course, a UV light. If you're new here, welcome, welcome. And if you're not, hello, queens and kings. I'm back. I'll preface this video by saying I have been sort of incommunicado this week. When I came home from Birmingham, Fluff had an upper respiratory infection, an ear infection, 2 emergency appointments to our local vets later. She's on a very strong, broad spectrum antibiotic. She's on the mend, trust me, because I have to give her medication every 12 hours, and it's like dealing with a wildcat. Yeah, she got me and my husband a couple times, but you know, she's feeling better. So when she feels better, we feel better. So let's start with what's right in front of us, shall we? I did show some of this in the Birmingham Mall. You do know, if you've been with me, you know, just because I showed it in what I got in the haul doesn't always mean that I bring it. Now, if you ask me to bring it to the show, I will. But it's kind of basically I put a show together and this is it. So, this chain is adjustable. It is an Albert and was part of a watch chain. It's been modified to be a bracelet. Because it's a link chain, it can be any length you desire. But if you would clasp it, the ring to ring, say if you had one of the heart padlocks, it would be 7.5 inches long, end ring to end ring. Now, if you use the dog clip that's on there, it'll go up to 8 inches. And it is rose gold, if you can't discern that that is pink. It always looks a little different behind the lens. This butterfly is Edwardian. The butterfly itself, those are gorgeous opals that are set at north, south, east, and west, and in the center of the butterfly. The butterfly is 15 karat. The bail is 9 karat and was added later. It was once upon a time a brooch. It is over 10 grams of 15 karat gold, so it is quite heavy. The chain is completely optional. You could use your own chain, or if you want me to find you a smaller chain. I just think this width and length of a chain looks fabulous with this. Saying that, this one is over, I want to say 10 grams, and it's 9 karat gold. You want a strong, 9 or 10 karat, because the higher the gold content, the softer the gold is, and the more likely the chain will wear out. So when you've got a heavy pendant like this, you want a heavier chain in a lower carat weight gold. Okay, might as well just grab and go. This is, of course, a curb chain. Fabulous plain, or even more wonderful as a charm bracelet. This one is vintage, not antique. Has a box clasp and a safety. I would suggest adding a safety chain to it because it's a heavy, substantial bracelet. They are not solid links, but they're not hollow links. They're a semi-solid. Because if it were solid, you'd have 40 to 60 grams. I'll give you the weight for that during the sale. This one is also heavy. It is rose gold. It's Victorian. The heart you saw from the haul. It is rose gold and Victorian, and those are forget-me-nots. And this bracelet is 7.5 inches long, but adjustable again because it's links. We can make it a little bit smaller, we can make it a little bit larger. Now, this is a new bracelet you haven't seen. I know because I just got it. I bought it to go with this fabulous yellow engraved heart. This is vintage as well. It is a solid link, Franco link. So it's almost like a foxtail, but it's a box. It's nearly as complicated as a Byzantine, and these are solid links. And again, I'll give you the weight of the whole bracelet during the sale. This bracelet is rare because it is pinchbeck, true pinchbeck. And that's Pinchbeck. And it was named after a jeweler who developed this bright, beautiful yellow metal to look like gold. And it was during a time when gold and other precious metals were heavily taxed. So he invented this metal that never tarnishes. It'll darken, you know, a bit like even the finest gold will. But it won't turn colors or, you know, won't leave a funny color on your wrist. Or it's true pinchbeck, and true pinchbeck is actually very valuable. So those are the gold bracelets. And the gold butterfly, of course. And the pinchbeck bracelet. Now, these are things that I'm definitely bringing. This is a rare, thick, 15 karat gold heart padlock. Of course, it's Edwardian. Well, it doesn't necessarily need to be Edwardian, but it is Edwardian. This is the largest heart that I've ever presented. And this is Victorian aesthetic and rose gold. Now, I also have two smaller antique hearts. And I would say they're both rose gold. All of them will be priced differently. There's a pretty little Edwardian puffy heart. These are more modern, but I love them because they are white and rose gold. There are two spinning fobs, smaller one, larger one. These are puffy dangles. They are Edwardian earrings. Some vintage faceted hoops. You cannot beat a hoop earring. They're classic. They're from Egyptian times to modern times. hoops are classic. These are Rose de France Art Deco, if you can't tell by the style. Fabulous screw back 9-karat gold earrings. Tried to bring some more earrings. I will have some gold charms available. Now there are some more modern charms. And then of course there are antique charms. These are just some of the more modern ones. There's a Queen's Carriage. There's a tortoise. Comedy and Tragedy. Now, some of the antique ones. This is Victorian, and it's set on, I'm going to test the gold, even though it's marked, I need to test it. I think it's 9-karat. You can see it's all etched. It is a tiger's tooth, an actual tiger's tooth. This is an actual tiger's claw. It also is Victorian. This is a little Edwardian 15-karat owl pendant. He's sterling and 15-karat gold. Let's see, what else do we have? A 9-karat, beautiful Victorian Celtic heart, or Celtic cross. Silly me. Let me see, how many rings do we have? We have quite a few rings. I'm just going to show you the new ones right now. And when I show the rings, I'll show all of the other rings that I have had for the last couple shows. We just haven't been able to seem to get to rings. So I will show you the newest ones. Oh, as far as on the charms, here I loaded my hands up with rings. There is a new Victorian Figa hand. It is incredibly gorgeous. It is sterling and black labradorite. If you can see that. Chatoyancy. It is fabulous. It's sterling silver and gilt. I can have it re-gilt if anyone wants it re-gilt. If you're new here, we have a jeweler. So I will show you, let's show you the jade rings, because they're not one, not two, but 3 of them. This one is set in 14-karat rose gold. And let's see, maybe it is marked 14 karat. I know it's been XRF tested. But I'm unsure of the age. It's Victorian to Art Deco. It is a carved gourd, which is very traditionally Chinese. Now this one is definitely Art Deco. It's a carved and pierced table. And let's see. This one is Art Nouveau. And you can see it's set in beautiful rose gold. And this one is, yes, 14 karat. If you can discern that 14 karat there. So we've got 2 and 14 karat, 1 karat, 1 and 9 karat. We'll show the agates in a moment. This is a sugar loaf, chrysoprase, agate. let's see. Oh, I love, 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 love this Art Nouveau rose or fleur-de-lis. Please pardon my nails. Usually my nails are perfect, but I've been cleaning jewelry, so before the sale I will have them done. This ring is Chester hallmarked, which Chester hallmarks for probably because it's no longer, hasn't been an assay office. Chester hallmarks are more desirable. This ring is garnet, and those are not brilliant white diamonds. They are brilliant white spinel. And this is 9 carat. This ring is like and it's completely hallmarked. This is your perfect opportunity to buy, if you've never bought an antique ring, that ring will be affordable and a good ring for your first foray into antique rings. Now, saying that, this one is 18 karat gold, beautiful candlelight cut diamonds and Georgian. Now, this ring is new and very, very, very interesting. It was probably once upon a time a men's wedding ring. You can see it's what they call a D band, shaped like a D. 18. Now, the reason it's very interesting is I live on the Devon coast of England. And this was actually brought into my jeweler, our jeweler here on the channel called Krabby Bob. Well, I call him Krabby Bob. Don't tell him. No, I tell him to his face, to be honest with you. It is rose gold. It is completely London hallmarked for 15 karat. And I have to look at the date again because I want to check myself, but I'm almost positive it was 1838. So that would make it the year that Queen Victoria, the year after Queen Victoria had her coronation. So it's just a year post Georgian. And it's 5.5 grams, which if you know the weight on rings, that is a very heavy ring. And it's beautiful now because our jeweler cleaned it up and it retained the hallmarks. But it had been quite sand battered. But you would never be able to tell now. Now it's gorgeous. I mean, that will tell you, who knows if it's been in the sand and the sea for 200 years, or if someone wore it to the beach last year and lost it. I wouldn't think so, because it was quite battered. It had been in the sea for a very long time. I should have taken a picture of it before he cleaned it up. Okay, let's see. Is that it for the yellow, for the gold? Well, there's going to be more gold items. There's a gold agate bracelet as well. But that's what we'll show for right now. Let's scoop that up quite gingerly and sort it out after this. I'm sure there's more here, but that's definitely what I'm going to show so far. If you want to see brooches or stick pins or anything of that nature, just ask. I have just about anything you'd want. Now, let's move on to the garnet pieces. The new garnet. There's a new garnet bangle. A 4-row. These are, of course, Bohemian garnets, Pyrite garnets. There's a fabulous 1850s star garnet brooch. And what you haven't seen, okay, where's my other earring at? 9 karat gold look like luscious raspberries. Now, you know, some people might say, post. No, those are, post. They're stunning. We still have a large Bohemian ring. Actually, there are a few rings. Few stick pins. The incredibly gorgeous pendant stroke locket. I'm sure there's more here. Oh, the fabulous Victorian. With the 9-karat gold and garnet set clasp and safety. Garnets are just so regal. Okay, like I said, want to get through. Oh my goodness, we're already at 21 minutes. Well, let's get through the silver quickly. Or as quick as we possibly can. There's a beautiful Art Deco marcasite and chrysoprase bracelets. These are fabulous green apple jade, lustrous velvety gold earrings. They're 14-karat gold. There's a beautiful Victorian bangle. I'm just going to pull this over so you can see how many bracelets there are. There's a beautiful, unique Albertina that has good luck acorns. There are little acorns all over the bracelet. These are all incredibly heavy. Now this one, I want to say, is the vintage one. That is a vintage one. They're like heavy to the tune of 35 to 65 grams, the big heavy bracelets. This is a French Albertina, and it's a pannier with gorgeous little bells. And I'm hoping that my dealer sends me, there's a little French bell that goes on this bracelet. I was really upset that it didn't arrive with the bracelet. Let's see. No, there's one on here. One of the, okay, it's not a really, really heavy one, but this has an antique. Wait a minute. Now I'm looking. This is the antique one. And this one is vintage. But as you can see, there are coin bracelets. There are charm bracelets. This is just a beautiful linked bracelet. There's a ton of, oops, and there goes the Albertina, because I didn't have it clasped. So we'll just put this back here. Then there's an assortment of phenomenal Victorian bracelets. Yeah, I'm looking, they're all Victorian. This one is Art Nouveau, and these are all Victorian aesthetic. Those are cuffs or bangles. You can see for yourself what they are. Now, there are some new sterling bracelets as well. There's bamboo. This is an antique Scottish agate bracelet. Very, very, very unusual. Many of the agate bracelets are panel. This one is a bangle. This is a new, one of my favorite And look what's facing up looking at me. Moss agate is one of my favorites. I love this bracelet. It is Art Nouveau, and it is entirely moss agate. Now, this is an Art Nouveau sampler. Gorgeous little thistle and leaves. Chalcedony, carnelian, moss agate, banded agate, and then we're back to the chalcedony. This is also a sampler bracelet. This one is Art Deco. This phenomenal Ceylon blue moonstone bracelet is Art Deco. This bracelet is also Art Deco, and it is chrysoprase and chalcedony. This beautiful bracelet is Victorian. It is turquoise and pearls. And this fantastic bracelet is Scottish and set in hand chased, which is hand engraved, carnelian and bloodstone Scottish panel bracelet. Let's see. I am going to bring the antique glasses. All different. That's a lorgnette style. This is a new Art Deco lorgnette. I love it because it's enameled and switchblade. Am I forgetting anything? Probably. I think that's probably enough to show you until I see you tomorrow for Jewel School. And if there's anything else you want to see then, we can have a look at it. Thank you, Queens and Kings. And I will see you very soon. And I'm terribly sorry. Oh, pearls. Like, oh my God. Oh, squirrel. You've been asking me for colored pearls. I knew there'd be something I'd forget. There are bronze pearls, which are probably 30 inches. Let's see how long these are. Yes, they are about the same length. Now, these are, I've never had this color before. Of course, they are dyed cultured pearls. They're, I would say, like autumnal, like shades of hot reddish orange, gold and amber, and they're just absolutely beautiful. And these are like firecracker. They're like cherry red and longer. Very lustrous, very beautiful, very unusual. We like unusual here. Well, I think that's it, unless I'm like, you know, I see another squirrel. My husband says I see squirrels all the time. I get distracted. Thank you for stopping in. I hope you enjoyed the haul. I can't wait to see you tomorrow for Jewel School and sales Saturday and Sunday, because I haven't said to everyone that I leave for Scotland. I have mentioned that I was going to Scotland. I leave for Scotland next Friday. Thank you. See you all very soon. Bye-bye. Oops, I did forget something. Yeah, it's pretty big too. Pretty wonderful, pretty fabulous. Edwardian. 16 puffy hearts on an antique chain with a fabulous antique engraved padlock. all hand chased, all hand engraved. Little puffy hearts. Well, they're not little. You can see in the size of my hand. There's a love token. There's a locket. And the rest of them are all detailed and puffy. There are a few bracelets out there for comps. You know, I'm always under at comps. But these are quite beautiful. I knew I'd forget something big. See you all. Take care.